Welcome back, peeps, to the channel. Today, we're going to be bidding adieu to September. I don't know if it's just me, but September always feels like this weird buffer month in between the ending of the summer and the beginning of the holiday season. Because once October hits, it's just full steam ahead. So, sadly, we're going to be bidding adieu, sayonara, adios to September. What's the exciting part? The exciting part is tomorrow is October. So tune in tomorrow for a special bonus video at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to help kick off our spooky season. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the books that I've read this month. Movies and shows that had me totally engrossed. But for in-depth reviews, you're going to make sure that you head over to Instagram as always. It's linked down below in the description box. Over there, for books, you're going to find the author tagged. You're going to find a quick rating of 1 bookmark to 5 bookmarks. And just a little quick review of what I thought. For movies and TVs, it's going to be a rating of 1 TV to 5 TVs. Always 5 being the best, of course. And again, a quick little review of what I thought. Okay, so here are the books that I read this month. Most of them, and I think actually all of them, were for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge that I described in my last video. Books that some of them were on my to be read list, and some of them that I was just using to fill in the prompt for that time. Okay, Again But Better by Christine Riccio. Wow, this book had me so just engrossed from beginning to end. It was for the, I think, new beginnings, new start prompts. And, man, it made me laugh out loud. It made me cry. Definitely go check it out for sure. The plot was just amazing. I always like, those, books where, you go to sleep and you wake up in the past, or you wake up 5 years in the future. In this case, the protagonist, she wakes up 5 years in the past. They make a wish. She goes through this life in college abroad, and she makes a wish with her ex-boyfriend, and they end up 5 years in the past, and they get to do a do-over of what happened. And I don't want to give too much away, but definitely check it out because it was just amazing. It's called Again But Better. The next book I read was called Binti, and I'm sorry if I butcher this name. Oh, so sorry. By Nnedi Okorafor. There you go. Nnedi Okorafor. It was for the Afrofuturist prompt. Something that I have never heard about. So it was definitely out of my comfort zone. Very short read. On the ebook, it was about 96 pages or less. And yeah, it was one of those quick reads. Definitely interesting. I know there are sequels to the book. I don't know if they're as short as that one. Just sci-fi. No horror there. Just a sci-fi futurist, but also with a lot of culture all mixed in. Definitely a good read as well. I Kissed Alice by Anna Birch. Again, great. I enjoy books that when you read them, in between the chapters, they have comic, or it's about a person that draws comic books, or they draw manga, or some sort of that, and in between the chapters, they'll show you what it is in comic version, or what the person is working on. I really enjoy that, and that's what Anna Birch accomplished with this book. It also is being told by 2 points of view, 2 different perspectives, 2 different people, and I always enjoy that as well, rather than just a one person view throughout the whole book. And yeah, definitely go check that one out. The On Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Okay, Christina Lauren, for those that know in the booktube and bookstagram and book talk world, is not one person. It's a team of 2 people, and that is their pen name. They write amazing books. I think the On Honeymooners was my 2nd or 3rd book that I read from them, and wow. again, I just like devoured it. I was going like back to back. And for you to get me to do that, it has to flow good, and their books just always flow really good. So if you're looking for like a good story that reads like a rom-com, so to speak, definitely check out Christina Lauren books. They definitely read like they're supposed to be like Netflix, like a rom-com, one of those movies, and I'm sure you'll enjoy those. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Okay, this was for the Dark Academia prompt on the reading challenge, but I had read the Magicians before, so it was kind of like a reread. I had forgotten so much of it, and in the future, maybe next month, I'll see if I can get that done for you guys. I'll do a versus from the Magicians book to the Magicians show that played a couple of years ago, and compare the two. So stay tuned for that. I really love this book, and I really love the way it's written, and I love just all the aspect of magic. The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. That one, wow, that one took me a really long time to read. Not because it was a long book. The chapters were pretty long though, and it was just a lot of information. It goes back and forth. It jumps timelines. It's this person who's trying to solve a murder because he's trapped in a house. I don't want to give too much away. And it jumps timelines a lot throughout every chapter. You're in a new timeline. Sometimes it'll stay in the same timeline for 2 chapters, but it's constantly jumping, and it's just one of those books that it's not hard to read, but you have to really marinate. I know some people definitely like read through the whole thing and just like ate it up. I needed to like give myself time to read a few chapters, absorb it, jump back in. There's so many twists and turns in this book. Definitely worth it. It's the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, but in the US, it's the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So if you're looking for something like that, that's like suspenseful and it has different plot points and just a lot of different aspects to it, definitely check this one out. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Woo! I finished this book in one day. That means like I read it on and off throughout the day. Very short book. And the fact that it doesn't read like a normal novel, it's sort of structured like poems in the writing style. It's like all on the left of the page and it goes downwards. Some chapters or pages were really short and some were like really long. It was a different reading style for me, for sure. Such a compelling story, with loosely based like true events in there, and wow, just so heartwarming, and it at times definitely evokes like a lot of emotion. So well written. And if you're looking for a read like that, if you're looking for a read about just Hispanic also culture, it's based on Dominican culture, definitely check that out. It's Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Those were the books that I read for September, for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. Again, if you want to have like more in-depth reviews and my 1 to 5 bookmark reviews, go check those out on Instagram and save them to your own to-be-read list. Shows that kept me invested for September wasn't as much as I usually have. I usually have about 8 shows going on at once, because with the new systems of the streaming services now, they'll release 3 episodes and then they'll give you 1 episode a week. Or they'll release 3 at once and then they'll wait a week or 2 and then they'll release another 3, and so it's crazy. So you have to have, for me, multiple to keep me entertained. 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. Wow. It's based on Leanne Moriarty's book, 9 Perfect Strangers. So good. Such a great cast. Nicole Kidman is like the head of the cast there. 9 strangers, they go to a wellness retreat for various different reasons, and hilarity ensues. No, and then creepy stuff starts to happen. Very looking inward, stuff starts to happen, and bit of like mysteriousness going on. Definitely check that out if you like those shows where it's limited series and also contained into one spot, right? You're not really getting too many glimpses of the outside world. Everything takes place within this retreat. So if you like that and you like Leon Moriarty's books, check out 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. All the episodes are up now. I believe it's only 8 episodes, so it's a quick watch. Only Murders in the Building. Okay, Only Murders in the Building is also on Hulu. All the episodes are not released. Amazing cast. You have Martin Short. You have Selena Gomez. You have Steve Martin. They're neighbors in a building in the middle of Manhattan. And a murder has happened. And they're trying to solve the murder. They're all obsessed with murder, true crime podcasts. And they're trying to solve this murder, and they're trying to build a podcast in the midst of all of it, and try to like gain fame and get money from it, right? And wow, like so good. Great to see Martin Short and Steve Martin back on like screen. Such a good element with adding Selena Gomez in there. It has the right amount of comedy, has the right amount of mystery, the right amount of suspense. Totally different show from what I've seen in the past. Definitely check it out. There's still episodes coming out, so there's still time to really catch up before the next episode comes out. Manifest. Okay, no spoilers, people. Manifest, I've only watched season 1 on recommendation of a friend, and whoa, what is up with this show? Everybody's saying that it gives the Lost vibes out there. The Lost vibes out there. I've never seen Lost, so I don't know if that's true. I've seen like previews of Lost, and I know the gist of what Lost is, so I suppose, yeah, it gives Lost vibes. It gives Heroes vibes. For anybody that watched Heroes, it gives that vibe with like save the cheerleader, like it gives that like going on, and I'm enjoying it so far. It was a really like fast start in the beginning for me in the season 1, and then it started to slow down towards the end of season 1 for me. Like I wasn't as invested, so I'm hoping that when I go into season 2, it'll pick up the pace, because I don't really enjoy slow burn shows. I give them a chance sometimes, but for the most part, I don't dig that vibe. The Circle, season 3. Again, I have 1 episode left to air. It's the finale episode. Hey, I'm not even gonna say I don't like the phrase guilty pleasure, because if that's what you like, then that's what you like. You shouldn't feel guilty for it. Anybody else shouldn't make you feel guilty for it. And in our home, we enjoy a good, like, just nonsense TV reality show, and The Circle is that. It kind of keeps you on your toes, guessing, like, alright, who's gonna be eliminated next? This person's a traitor. This person is gonna be figured out as a catfish. And we like that around here. So if you haven't checked out The Circle on Netflix, definitely check that out. Yeah, so that was my roundout for TV shows. Kept me pretty engaged, pretty involved there. Nothing really else going on. Craig of the Creek season 2 on HBO Max. I love animated shows. I don't care what anybody says. It's not about age, it's not about gender. Animated shows are for everybody. And yeah, if you're not used to like watching an animated show, throw one into your lineup and watch it like just completely change your life. Craig of the Creek, so cute. It's playing on HBO Max. It also plays, I think, on Nickelodeon, I'm not sure, or Cartoon Network, and it's so good. So check those out. Movies. I didn't watch much movies this month, to be honest. There were some really good movies that came out. I'm just saving them for next month. Also, I just wasn't in that. You have to be in that movie watching mood to just really get that going. And nah, there was really nothing for me. I watched Hero Mode. It was a movie that I read a plot to a few months ago. It was on my list for a while. Check that out. Cute, like, family movie. This kid who's this computer video game coder, genius builder. He's out to save his parents' video game company from basically going bankrupt and shutting down, and he's just trying to create the ultimate video game to put out there for his parents' company and save them. So it's cute, you know. It's not like, oh my god, this movie was amazing, but yeah, check it out. Hero Mode. Cinderella, the 2021 version, released this month. I believe it was September 3rd for Amazon Prime Video. I have really in-depth review on my Instagram. Camila Cabello plays Ella, and they give the whole story of why they call her Cinderella, right? Because she's always like dirty and full of soot and dirt. I don't know, man. I wanted to really like it. I don't hate it. I think the musical choices for this, the music choices were really good. They like put in some really good throwbacks in there and really good like ensembles happening. But something felt flat for me, and I can't really like pinpoint what it was. So if you watch Cinderella, leave in the comments how you felt about watching it, because something felt flat. Also, at times when they were singing, the voices didn't match up, and the lip syncing, obviously they don't do it live, right? They have to record this, but it was just not in sync, and it was just off for me. I don't know. I think they had a good cast. I don't know about Camila Cabello too much. It's hit or miss, I think. It's hit or miss. You're either gonna really like it or you're not. And I enjoyed the music. I'm not saying like, oh my god, please go watch Cinderella, this was amazing. I think it was alright for the people that are like up in arms about it. I think it was cool. So yeah, I didn't really watch much this month. As for movie-wise, show-wise, I give you my list, and book-wise, I give you my list. Stay tuned, though, for tomorrow's video. Again, it's a bonus video because it's Friday. The drops are usually Thursday at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, it's going to be Friday at 5 p.m. And we're just going to kick off October running, because I have a lot to recommend. I have a lot on my to-be-read list. I have a lot on my watch list. So make sure you tune in for that. Alright? Kick off October, 5 p.m. tomorrow. And as always, thank you for just being here. Bidding adieu to September. Fall weather is here, and it's going to be great. Make sure you comment, you like, and subscribe. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following my Likewise page. Those things are going to be linked below in the description box. And as always, keep reading.